What is up? My name is Thomas Swords with Death Battle's Boomstick. Now this is a top 10 series by Screw Attack and, well, shoot. Anyway, let's get into this, so, shall we? I'll link the original video down below. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe. Let's rock.
This top 10 is brought to you by Blue Apron. Don't skip, I'm talking about free food. Blue Apron is a service that delivers fresh food to your door along with instructions and perfectly proportioned ingredients so you can whip it up in the kitchen and feel like a master chef. You can log into their website and customize meals for your
My parents actually
like
do that.
I picked the mushroom and chipotle pepper enchiladas. Try it for yourself. Get 3 free meals with free shipping on blueapron.com/top 10. Tell them Boomstick sent you. That's blueapron.com/top 10.
Thank you.
Created by man to end man, there is no weapon more iconic than the sword. Having a piece of long, razor-sharp steel in your hand just makes you feel powerful. It has a charm that lets you get up close and personal.
Whether it
to
be
see
broadswords
the
or
light leave your
katanas.
enemy's eyes. And while they come in all shapes and sizes, I'm counting down my favorite. So hey, I'm Boomstick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Swords.
Here we go. By the way, these are all in video games.
Excalibur is one of, if not the most famous sword of all time. While there's been different legends about it, some say it was pulled from a stone. Others say a water lady gave it to Arthur.
Lady of the
Regardless,
Lake.
Excalibur is so famous, we're still naming things after it today. Like the Excalibur Casino, or a food dehydrator. Okay, it's famous, but what makes it cool? Well, the blade is so bright it can blind an entire army. It's supposedly unbreakable, and its magic scabbard apparently protects the wearer from taking a serious injury or bleeding out through magic. Though it may not do that after a sorceress stole the sword and threw it in a lake, but, you know, regardless, it's still one badass blade.
Number 9.
Sure.
The world of Kill la Kill is
Kill la Kill.
pretty insane, so it makes sense that there'd also be some equally demented weapons. The scissor blades are made of what the universe refers to as life fibers, parasitic aliens that cause people to evolve and also wear clothing. Right.
Yeah.
Now, these blades were split into 2 after their creator was murdered, and each is special in its own way. The red one can change its mass from pocket size to the massive decapitation mode. Purple can turn into more blades, and both of them were made to sever life fibers, so you can just use your imagination there. But the real beauty lies put them together. Combined, these babies are called the Rending Scissors, and are used to bring down the entire city. The only downside, you really shouldn't run with them.
Bro.
Number 8.
When you think of great swordsmiths, you can't help but immediately think of Japan. Hell, some of these guys have turned the making of blades into an art form. The greatest of these smiths was Goro Masamune. According to legend, his weapons were not only incredibly sharp, but could also judge their opponent and not cut the innocent. Which would come in real handy on your conscience. I mean, every guy you hacked down would have deserved it. Right? I'm just gonna believe that all my weapons do that. Anyway,
Sure.
these blades were so revered that shoguns would pass them down from dynasty to dynasty. They became so iconic that the name Masamune is still describing things to this day. Like an ancient Final Fantasy blade, a soccer-playing car in Rocket League, or one of the 30 million anime characters walking around with one. No Japanese sword is more legendary than the Masamune.
Amen to that.
Number 7.
So,
Some would have you believe that bigger isn't necessarily better, but those people haven't seen the disappointed looks of my friend Steve's ex-girlfriends. Or the Dragon Slayer.
Berserks.
This heap of raw iron was originally created to kill a dragon. However, no human could actually lift it, until Guts showed up, and he's been decimating demons with it ever since. In fact, the sword has been bathed in so much demonic blood that it's now able to harm members of the God Hand, who are basically like angels of evil. Oh, not enough for you? Well, this sword is so massive it also doubles as a shield, but the true beauty lies in the wake of its swing. Guts is an artist of violence, and Dragon Slayer is his paintbrush. One swing and suddenly a handful of men are nothing more than flying pieces of body. God, I want this thing. But shipping would be a bitch because it's huge.
Amen.
Number 6.
6? Oh, the lightsaber.
is like ancient weaponry and future technology got together and made sweet, sweet love. I mean, before I even tell you about it, take a gander. Look at it. It just looks cool. It makes scary sounds when you turn it on and then goes when you swing it. If that's not enough to sell you, these plasma swords can cut through pretty much anything, reflect blaster fire, and even absorb energy at times. And if I had to pick just one of these glowy death sticks, I'm sticking with the Skywalker lightsaber. Passed down from generation to generation of Skywalkers, this lightsaber has been a part of some of the most important events in galactic history. I can't wait to see what happens next with this baby.
Number 5.
When you think of big-ass swords, one immediately jumps to mind. The Buster/Fusion swords in Final Fantasy. Made famous by the androgynous heartthrob Cloud Strife, the Buster sword measures in at nearly 6 feet long and a foot wide. Its massive blade is one solid piece of metal with 2 linked materia slots for magic and stuff. It's such an important weapon that Final Fantasy VII won't even let you sell it or throw it away. Not that you want to. I mean, the only thing cooler than this would be if it were, like, made up of 6 other interlocking swords.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look! The fusion sword. You can wield each sword separately from the comfort of your motorcycle, or pop them all together for massive blows. Plus, its final form is nearly indestructible, cuts legendary weapons in half, and can be used for Cloud's strongest limit break, Omni/version 6. This is one sword, or 6 I guess, to fantasize about.
Number 4.
Come on, you knew this one would be here. What
Oh yeah, the Master Sword.
list is complete without the Blade of Evil's Bane. The Master Sword has a lot of great things I could talk about, like being the only thing that can kill Ganon or being made by a god, but what really makes it special is that it can shoot lasers. Provided you're healthy enough, just aim this bad boy and fire away. And no matter how long it sits around abandoned, it's always ready to go as soon as you pick it up. So I guess it's self-sharpening. Plus, the Master Sword is more than just a weapon. It's a symbol, and I'd lay down good odds we'll see it return in Breath of the Wild.
Amen.
But the most important thing to remember about the Master Sword is... Well, you forgot already? It's the goddamn lasers.
Sure that.
3.
3?
Let me tell you about a godly sword. Built
Blade
by
of Olympus.
gods to kill gods and the parents of gods. This massive golden blade of badassery is the Blade of Olympus. Imbued with the power of Zeus himself, the Blade of Olympus is a recurring weapon in God of War. This sword on its own is incredibly powerful, but give it a power infusion and this baby can wipe out entire armies. Plus it's killed like everything. I mean, it's killed the Colossus of Rhodes, the goddess Athena, the Titans Perseus, Kronos, and Gaia, and even killed the god of gods Zeus himself. There's like nothing this sword hasn't killed. Kratos even killed himself with it. He needed to like release the constipated hope from his body or something for humanity. The blade's real cool though.
Yep.
Number 2.
Thunder.
Thunder.
Thundercats.
Oh!
Shit, what a cool sword. The Sword of Omens is the legendary blade of Lion-O. Powered by the sentient Eye of Thundera. Believe me when I tell you that this blade can do pretty much anything. For your convenience, while not in use, it's travel-sized. But when it's business time, the sword grows right before your enemy's eyes, like a bladed erection of intimidation and power. I mean, it's indestructible, can cut through most material, shoot energy projectiles, heal things, grant X-ray vision, and hold entire planets together. Plus, say a few words and it'll blast a cat signal into the air that boosts all Thundercats' power. In fact, in Thundercats lore, its only equal is Excalibur, who managed to poke the sword right in its eye. But come on, that would hurt just about anything if we're being honest. However, my favorite thing about the Sword of Omens is... you can't lose it. All you gotta do is call for it and it comes flying to you. I wish they made an Eye of Thundera for my keys.
It's number 1.
Next.
Okay, get ready for this one. Apparently, back when the universe was first created in the Big Bang, a tiny piece of matter came out and, for whatever reason, took the shape of a sword etched with the symbol of Superman.
What?
No, I'm not making this up. Anyway, it just kind of floated through space aimlessly for eons, waiting for someone who was worthy of its power to claim it. You'll never guess who that was.
Superman?
Eventually, Superman came across it, and after
This is a
getting
thing?
mad and nearly murdering King Cosmos with it, Soups decided that this sword was so powerful it couldn't be controlled separately. So he started to merge with it? Yeah, while the Man of Steel was absorbing, sword-zorbing? Whatever. He mentioned that it had power which he had never felt, and once he was done, he'd be the most powerful being in the universe. But before he finished, he just changed his mind, said forget this shit, and threw it deep into space. When a sword is so powerful that Superman fears it, it's pretty great.
Fair point there. I mean, I didn't hear about a sword of Superman. That might be something comic story might try to figure out, you know? Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Laters!